Good morning. I'm Michelle. Welcome to today's class. Today's class is about finding the gratitude in each and every moment. We'll start here on our mat. We'll start here with our breath. We're going to start lying on our backs, so you know what that means, ab work. So for my yogis that are always requesting abs at the end of class, we're going to do it at the end, but we're also going to do it at the beginning. So if you have a block or a strap, I suggest it, but it's not necessary. But if you have one handy, grab it. We'll start lying on our backs. I'm going to start with my knees bent, my feet apart, and my knees slightly drawing in towards each other. Sometimes my knees touch, sometimes they don't. I look to see, but I don't force it. Relax your arms comfortably away from your body, and we'll just use the next few moments to make that connection to our breath, to connect a little deeper to ourselves. Inhale in through your nose. Open up your mouth and say ah. Inhale through the nose. Open up, exhale all the breath out of the mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And then we'll start with Ujjayi breathing, narrowing our breath down to just the nose. Inhale in, exhale out, creating these audible sounds between the ears, a vibration in the back of our throats, and feeling the breath get bigger and bigger each time, and feeling emptier and emptier at the end of exhales every time. Inhale in. Exhale out. Start to activate your bandhas with your breath. At the beginning of the inhale, Mula Bandha, drawing the space in, pulling breath through the mid-back, all the way up across the chest. Exhale out, feel the chest slightly sink. Feel the ribs release in, your Uddiyana Bandha, the cinching of the waist, and then navel to spine. When you're ready, bring your feet together and your knees in. Lift up your head, take your hands to your knees, and give yourself a gentle little squeeze. On an inhale, you're going to send your legs out and your arms over your head. Squeeze your legs together. Exhale, bring your knees in, lift up your head, give yourself a little squeeze. 2 more just like that. Inhale, only let your legs go as low as you can, keeping this in the belly and not your back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale. So if your legs are up here, as long as your back is flat, that's awesome. Exhale. Inhale. And if your legs are low, make sure your back is pressing down. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the knees, lower your head, and rock it side to side. Keep the legs stationary and rock your ears right and left, exploring any tension in the shoulders, the neck, anything in your head. Keep the neck and shoulders stationary. Circle your knees around. Inhale and exhale. And then reverse it. Inhale and exhale. Place your feet down, bring your hands behind your head, and we'll start with just a traditional crunch. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Orange under the chin. Shoulders away from the mat. navel to spine, spine to the mat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Reach your hands forward. Float your feet up. Knees above your hips. Navel to spine. Orange under the chin. Shoulders off the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands under the or behind your head and pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it forward, shoulders off the mat. Orange under the chin, navel to spine, and breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kiss the soles of your feet together. Bring your right hand on top of the left and lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Left over right. Pulse it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees back up, legs up, hands behind your head. Lower your left leg only as low as you can, keeping it in the belly, not the back. And pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll cross it over, left shoulder to right knee for 10. You can keep your right hand behind your head. You can move your right hand to the right, or you can place your right hand over on the left rib cage and feel the work. 3, 2, 1. Back to center, hands behind your head, and switch it up. Pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross it over for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, legs up, hands forward, hold for 10. Lower the legs if you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Hands down by your side. Flex your feet. You're going to kick up, kick out, kick up, kick out. A total of 10. This is 1, 2. If you want to make it a little more challenging, lift your arms up and extend your legs out lower. Keep it in the belly, not the back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more because they feel so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the knees in, lift your head up, take a deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, head down, arms open wide. If you have anything going on in your low back, lower your feet, scoot your hips to the left, bring your knees back in, and then bring your knees over to the right for a twist. Stretch across the collarbones. Keep your left shoulder down. Look over the left shoulder to find more of a twist. One more breath here. Exhale fully and completely. And inhale back to center. If you scooted your hips to the left, scoot your hips over to the right, knees back in and over to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Take full breath in. And a full breath out. Feeling your breath move from Mula Bandha, pulling it up through the side of the waist, all the way up across the collarbone, expanding the chest. Exhale out to empty. Inhale, center, legs back up, center your hips. Take your hands behind your legs and rock and roll up and down your spine 3 or 4 or more times. And we'll roll it all the way up and over to all fours. Spread your fingers nice and wide, lining up the shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Start to move through your cat-cows. Inhaling, let the belly go. Slightly draw your shoulders back as the heart moves forward. Exhale, rounding curl, slightly spread the shoulders and push back just a little bit. Inhale, shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale, shoulders spread, heart moves up, push back just a little. Inhale, maybe this time pick up the feet, tuck the toes. Exhale, rounding curl as if you were pushing the mat away from you. Inhale as if you were pulling the mat towards your knees. Exhale. Stay here with your cat-cows or start to move a little more organically, circling around your mat, getting into the hips, back into your feet. Feel free to lean in, go a little deeper, go a little faster or slower. Start to tailor these poses, these movements, reverse your direction to what feels appropriate in your body. So as we move through the class, we'll find the gratitude, even in the teachings, the lessons, bringing it back to neutral. We'll stretch out the wrist, preparing the forearms, the wrist, hands for planks and down dogs, handstands if you got it. Lean back, lift up the hands and flip the palms up, fingertips face in. Now I know this can be pretty challenging, so I invite you to do one hand at a time or fingers face in, elbows nice and soft. Wiggle, make movement. But the goal is to get the whole wrist down. So if you're right here, it's good enough. Try to ease your way into these intense stretches. Bringing the hands back, flat. Gaze down at your hands. I like my index fingers facing forward, so there is a slight turnout in my wrist as if I were opening up a jar of sauce. So imagine your hand and turn it without moving the fingers all the way out, if that makes sense. Pick up your feet, tuck your toes, draw your navel to your spine, float your knees off the mat and find your way back into your first downward facing dog. Keep your knees soft if your hamstrings feel pretty tight. Pedal out your heels. goal in this pose is to find length. So taking any roundness out by bending the knees and really pushing the weight back into your feet. Taking it out of the wrist, out of the shoulders, and back into the feet. Shake your head no and yes. And then we'll open up the feet about the width of the mat or a little closer and step your feet up 1 foot distance. Grip your mat with your left hand, pick your right hand up, thread it through, and grab your left foot, ankle, or leg. Give it a pull as you push with your left hand. You pull with your right hand. Maybe the gaze goes underneath the left armpit, hips to the sky, navel to spine, and breathe. We'll gently release. Look at where you're placing your hand. Bring the gaze back to the right foot. Left hand threads through. Grab the heel, the ankle, the leg, whatever you can grab is awesome. Push with your right hand. Pull with your left. Navel to spine. Try to keep your hips even. And breathe. Gently release. Look where you're placing your hands. Make sure they're shoulder distance and lined up. Step it back to downward facing dog. We'll take 3 vinyasas 3 different ways so you have options. Inhale, navel to spine, ripple yourself forward into a high plank pose. If you want to modify your high plank, slide your feet back a little and lower your knees as slowly as you can so the knees are not directly under your hips. So this is a modified version of plank. Deep breath in here. On an exhale, you're going to lower the knees if they're not already. Wrap the elbows in and back. Shift your gaze and heart forward. Lower halfway. Tops of the feet come down. Slither through. Find a cobra pose. Elbows in. Collarbone broadens. Crack a walnut between your shoulder blades. Lift your gaze without creating tension on the mat. On an exhale, you're going to lift your belly, then your hips, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Option 2, inhale, high plank. Exhale all the way to your belly. You can use your knees. Inhale, tops of the feet come down, cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Do your best to match your breath to your movement and the movement to your breath. Third and final option, inhale, high plank. This time I'm going to shift the weight of my shoulders a little more over the wrists, hug the elbows in, lower halfway. Inhale, cobra, or the full expression, upward facing dog. Feel your toenails pressing down and pulling forward. Feel your hands pressing down and pulling back. Exhale, belly lifts, hips lift, downward facing dog. So you have those 3 options, or you can leave out the vinyasa altogether. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg back and up. And on an exhale, round and curl. Bring your right knee to your belly. Stay there, or maybe right knee to nose. Flex right foot, closed hips, press it straight back. Look at the right foot, make sure your toes are facing down, and then hide the right foot behind the left leg. Inhale, lift the left heel, stretch your right leg back and up, and then exhale. This time, right knee touches your right elbow or tricep or armpit. Maybe you fly here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, right leg back and up, this time with an open hip. Look under your left armpit. If you want a little more, tense your right fingertips, flex your right foot, and kick it over to the left. Make sure your left foot doesn't pivot. Inhale, right hand back, right leg up. Exhale, the right knee taps your left elbow, or all the way up towards the tricep, or fly for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, right leg lifts. And exhale, right foot will step all the way up between your hands. Lowering the left knee and untucking the back toes. Inhale, sweep up with the arms, low crescent lunge. Interlace your fingers, extend index fingers and your thumbs. Biceps line up with your ears. Gaze starts to drift up as long as you can keep this out of your neck. Start to create a little back bend. Isometrically pull right heel and left knee towards each other. Pull your belly back, energizing your spine. And on an exhale, stretch over to the right. If you want to lower your right hand to the ground or even your block, feel free, or the floor or the ground. Pushing down a little more with that left shin to find a little more space out of the left hip joint. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, cactus your elbows. Drawing the elbows back towards each other. Crack a nut between your shoulder blades. Lift your gaze. Interlace your fingers. Make a fist with your hands. Press your palms together. Lift the gaze. On your next inhale, sweep with the arms up. Shift your hips back and exhale, fold over your right leg. Pulling right heel back and left knee forward. Take a full breath in. And on an exhale, fold a little deeper. If you're having a hard time reaching the floor, now's the time you want to use your block. We'll take a little twist with a straight leg, so the left hand will come down and the right arm will lift up. We're going to spin the left foot off the mat, and we're going to pick up the right leg. At least we're going to try. Lift it up, swing it back for a modified version of side plank. Right bicep by your ear. Right foot strong, flexed, leg is straight. Take a deep breath in. Lower your right foot down, anchoring the outer edge of the right foot. See if you can lift the left knee, but don't worry if not. Reach around and see if you can grab the left foot. Don't worry if you can't. And see if swinging that left foot around to the front is an option. Slowly take the left foot back, side plank, where your right foot is on top of the left. Left toe is grounded, right hand comes down, high plank pose. Inhale, exhale, low push-up, your version. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg, lift it straight back and up. And exhale, bring the thigh to your belly, maybe knee to nose. Lift your back heel really high. Squeeze all the breath out. And then inhale with closed hip, that left leg straight back. Look at it. Make sure your toes are facing down. And then hide your left foot behind the right leg. Kick through the heel. Inhale, right heel lifts, left leg extends back up. Exhale, left knee to your left elbow, tricep, armpit. Fly. 3, 2, and 1. This time as the leg goes back, keep the knee bent and open up the hip. Look under your right armpit. See if you can see the left foot. Inhale as the right heel lifts, the left leg extends back and up. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow, or wrist, or armpit, or somewhere in between. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, left leg back up. And exhale. This time, left foot steps all the way up between your hands. Lower your back knee. Untuck the toes. Rise up, Anjaneyasana. Check in with your alignment. Left knee over your left ankle. Arms stretch up. Interlace the first 3 fingers. Extend index fingers and thumbs. Draw your belly back. Draw your tailbone down. And square your hips off. Inhale, start to shift the gaze up, no tension in the neck. And on an exhale, stretch over to the left. If you released your left hand on the other side, release it on this side. Do your best to create balance on both sides of the body unless you're nurturing an injury or anything else that might be going on. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, cactus your elbows. Finding that back bend in the upper back. So keep pulling your navel to your spine to support it. Keep feeling your left hip move back, right hip forward. Inhale, reaching up with the arms. Start to straighten out your left leg and slowly fold. Pulling left heel and right knee towards each other as we inhale in. And on an exhale, folding a little deeper. On your next inhale, we'll place the right hand to the inside of the left foot. Lift up the left arm. Take a breath here. From here, we'll move into our side plank. So your right foot will go to the right. You're going to lift up that left foot. Feels like 1,000 pounds. Sweep it around to the back of the mat. Foot is flexed. Left leg is straight and strong. Bicep by your ear. Grip your mat with the fingers on the floor. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, lower your left foot. Stay there or lift your right knee up and in. Take your left hand to the right foot and swing the right foot in front of you the best you can today. We're gonna slowly take this back to a side plank. Grounding the right big toe. Inhale. And slowly meeting in a high plank. Exhale. Low push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Looking up between your hands, lifting the heels, taking little baby steps all the way up. When you get there, separate your feet 2 fist distance, wider or closer, depending on what feels right today. We're just going to hang heavy, getting more into the back body sensations. Notice where you're feeling it. Send breath there. Try to soften as you exhale. Let go. Even if you have to repeat that, let go. Surrender. Sometimes we have to give ourselves self-talk. Breathe. Stay positive. You got this. On your next inhale, we're going to release the hands and slowly roll up like a rag doll, one vertebra at a time. Roll your shoulders up and down your back, shoulder blades kiss, fingers down, palms face away. Press down with your feet and in with your inner legs. Take a breath here. Exhale, open up your mouth and say, ah. Inhale, reach all the way up with the arms. Energize your fingers. Biceps by your ears. Find the back bend here. For 3, inhale. Feel the kneecaps lift. The thighs engage. Navel pull back and heart lift up. 2. One more breath. On your next inhale, your gaze will go forward. You'll soften your knees, open up the arms, and forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and let it go. Using those exhales and letting it be symbolic of anything you want to let go of. Tension, stress, thoughts. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Soften your knees, place your hands down, step, jump, or float it back. High to low push-up or down dog. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps up between your hands. Inhale, rise, spine crescent. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Inhale, find a little twist. Open up the elbows to the right. Stretch with your arms right back, left forward. Inhale, the left hand will come down for a lunge twist. Keep that back leg zipped up, inner thighs hugging in. Pivot your toes to the right. Take your right bicep by your ear. Deep breath in here, spinning your heart to the sky. Lifting up the hips, taking it all the way over to Standasana, your skater pose. Coming up to the fingertips or open up, spread your wings. Trying to get your torso parallel to the mat. Stay here with the arms out wide or reach your arms forward. And then lift up the right toes and slowly lower all the way down, keeping the arms up. Big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, we're going to lift up to Warrior Two pose. Right heel lines up with your back arch. Arms out, nice and strong and straight. Gaze down at the inside of the right knee and make sure you can see your right toe. So your right knee aims to the second and third toe. Knee over the ankle. 3 pumping warriors. Inhale the arms up, the legs straight. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Warrior Two. Flip your right palm, coming into Peaceful Warrior. Reach it forward and back. Keep driving the right knee to the front of the mat, and then reaching with your right hand to the back of the mat. Take your left hand on the right rib, and with your inhale, feel the right rib lifting out of the waist. Bring it up, Warrior Two, to Parsvottanasana, your side angle. Right forearm to the right thigh, bicep by your ear, or right bicep by your ear, or right hand to the inside of the right knee, shin or ankle. Straighten out the leg and exalt your triangle. Inhale back to Warrior Two. Straighten out the right leg, pivot your toes in. Take your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, palms press, gaze lifts. Inhale. And on an exhale, float your hands away from your tailbone, send your hips back, and fold all the way over. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So if you have tight shoulders, now's a good time to maybe have your strap in your hands, give you more space to find a deeper range of motion. And when you're ready, we'll release the hands down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Bend the knees a few times, right and left and right. And then we'll go for a wide leg twist. I'm going to stretch my right fingertips all the way out in front of me, lined up with my right shoulder. Take my left hand to my hip and look left, or left hand to the sky. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep sending your hips back. Keep reaching with that right hand. And then we'll switch. Walk out with your left fingertips. Send your hips over the heels. Reach your right arm, right hand to the hip or sky. Keeping equal pressure in both of your feet. Lowering the right hand. All 10 fingertips reach out. Your hips move back over your heels, your navel to spine. Conscious breathing, steady gaze, finding gratitude in this pose. And then we'll take our hands back under the shoulders and bend the knees left and right again. Bring it back around to a right side lunge. Walk your left fingertips out in front of the right big toe for revolving half moon. So your left leg lifts, your hips are closed, right hip hugs back as you spin the heart open to the right. If you want a little more and you want to grab a hold of your left foot, grab it. On your next inhale, we're going to take the right hand down, step the left foot back, pyramid pose. Fingertips move back by your foot. Inhale, look up halfway. Zip your quads, engage your bandhas, hands to hips, and slowly rise up. Inhale, reach up with your arms. Zip up your quads, engage your bandhas, and with a flat back, come halfway down and pause. Take your right hand back, reach forward with your left hand. Right hip back, left hip forward, quad zipped up. Left hand comes to the inside or outside of the right foot or ankle for your pyramid twist. Right arm lifts. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Lowering the right hand, softening the right knee, stepping back with the left foot, and then meeting back with the right foot, three-legged plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering halfway with or without that right foot down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps up between your hands. Rising up through crescent. Making sure both of your hip bones are facing forward. Exhale as you cactus your elbows. Inhale as you find that twist. Twisting the torso to the left and then opening up the arms. Reach back with your left arm. That right arm already knows it's going forward. Inhale as the right hand comes down for your lunge twist. Keep that back leg straight and strong. Don't let the knee bend. Keep it lifted. Keep it straight. Pivoting all 10 toes to the left. Keep your left bicep by your ear. Inhale. Exhale. Next, inhale, skater pose to the right. Bend the right knee. Open up your arms or hands on the mat. Or hands reach out in front of you for one more breath. Lifting up that left toes and lowering all the way down, yoga stretch. Runner stretch. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, bring the hands back together. Inhale, lifting up, warrior 2. Open up, spread your wings. Check in with your alignment. Make sure your hips are Your right hip is not up by your rib cage. It's shooting down. As the left knee moves forward, look down. Make sure you can see your left big toe. Arms are straight and strong. We'll pump our warrior for 3. Inhale, arms up, legs straight. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Reach forward with the left arm and then up. Keep the energy of the left knee moving forward. Find that lift out of the left hip joint. Relax your face and jaw. Steady your gaze. Bring it back up to Parsvakonasana. Your side angle, however you went about it, is great. Both arms, maybe you went for a bind, full or half. Straighten out the left leg, lift up the torso, exalted triangle. Bring it back, warrior 2, to set yourself up. Straight leg, pivot the toes for your wide leg. Reach your arms all the way up this time. Firm up the thighs. Imagine squeezing a beach ball between your inner legs. Come halfway down and hold for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering your hands, bend it right and left a few times. Awesome. And then Yogi's choice, headstands or any other inversion that you like to play with. Content all 10 fingertips, reach it forward or reach it back between your legs. If the top of your head touches, maybe that's when you float your feet up, or maybe bring your feet a little closer. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We have 3 more breaths. 2. Can always move. 1 more breath. So if your legs are up, you might want to come down or just catch up with us when you're ready. We're going to bring it all the way back around to a left side lunge to revolving half moon. Right hand 12 inches in front of left big toe, right leg lifts, right toes face down, left arm lifts. Notice when a pose gets really challenging, what you're doing with your face, your jaw. Try to relax those muscles. Lowering the left hand and your right foot to your pyramid pose. So your feet are about 2.5 to 3 feet apart. Inhale, halfway lift, zip the quads, lift the knees, hands to hips, and slowly rise up. Inhale, reach up with the arms. Pull the belly in with a flat back. Come halfway down, pause. Reach back with your left hand to energetically guide the left hip back, right hip forward. And then your pyramid twist. Right hand to the inside or outside of the left foot or ankle or block. Left hand to the sky. Twisting from the navel center. Squaring the hips off the very best we can. Lowering the left hand to frame your left foot, stepping the right foot back, lunge. Exhale to a three-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Or maybe now is your time to take a child's pose. Or maybe you want another inversion. You have 3 more breaths. Listen to your body. Move appropriately. Try not to sink into the joints. If you're in your down dog, you're pushing your belly back towards your thighs. On your next inhale, we're going to look up at our hands and just lower the knees towards the center of the mat. Bring your knees to touch and separate your heels. Thunderbolt pose. I'm going to use my block. If I had a book, half of this, it would be better. When I have the block, I don't feel anything. When I don't use the block and I'm on the floor, I feel everything. I'm not in the mood to feel it, so I'm going to lift up. So your choice. And for some of you, you like to roll all the way back onto your elbows. I personally feel like it takes away from the stretch in the thighs and more gets into the lower back area. But you choose. We're all made a little different because we walk, sit, and live differently physically. So just observe. If you're feeling a lot of tightness right here and your elbows are down, you might be in the right place. If you're up here and you're feeling a lot of tension in your knees, you might need a block or a book. And if you feel the tension in your knees and you go back and the knees lifted, you need a block. You want the knees to stay together without too much force. You want slightly tuck the tail under because it's so easy to collapse in the low back here. Your toes are facing the back of the mat, not out to the side. You have one more really big breath in. We're going to slowly start to lift ourselves up and back to downward facing dog. And if you feel a lot of sensation in your knees, like me, pedal it out. If you're like, I don't feel anything, well, lucky you. Shake your head, shake your hips, go for a vinyasa. Maybe next time stay longer. Just one more breath, feeling your way through your body. On an inhale, lift the right leg up, open up the hip. Awesome. Stay there or flip your dog. Right foot lands lightly behind the left leg. Spin your hips and heart to the sky. On an inhale, place the right hand back down and bring your right knee to your right wrist for pigeon pose. I'll time us for a minute here, but if you want a little longer, I suggest hitting the pause button and stay as long as you need. The first yin yoga class I ever took, I was in pigeon pose and I got right into it where I brought my right shin parallel to the mat, my left leg. I was set for 1 minute. I wasn't prepared for 15 minutes in the pose. So I encourage you, when you get into poses like pigeon or what we just did, thunderbolt, take it easy. Don't go full 100. Go about 50 or even less. That way, there's room for you to grow. And you start with a sense of ease and grace. Like, oh, I got this. And that's where we want it. We want to set ourselves up where we know we're okay, where we can breathe, where alignment is good. But not setting ourselves up for failure. Setting ourselves up where we have trouble breathing or concentrating on the breath. So always back out, back off. Let's slowly start to come up. Okay, that was a little longer than a minute. Your right hand is going to be there for stability. Not to keep your shoulder up by your ear, but to push your shoulders back and down. Reach with your left hand for your left foot or ankle. If you can grab it, grab it. If you want to grip it on the inside, grip it. Take the heel to your butt, or if possible, your heel to your outer left hip. Now for me, I like to bring my right foot in a little bit. That gives me more leverage, gives me more space to move my left quadricep, to feel a lovely sensation there. Feels a little like burning, like stretching, pulling. Awesome. We're going to gently release, tucking the back toes, lifting the right leg back for three-legged dog, forward to three-legged plank, and to the side to side plank. Keeping the right leg lifted the entire time if you can, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to keep your right leg lifted. Lower the right hand. Tense your left fingertips or stretch the left hand forward for 5, 4, 3. Steady your gaze. 2 and 1. Lower hand and foot. Breath in high plank. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Stay there or lower the left foot gently behind the right leg, spinning heart and hips to the sky. Just taking a few breaths here. And then we'll take the left hand back down, spin forward, and come into pigeon pose on the left side. Noticing, even though I know I'm just saying here a minute, I don't want to go so deep in the pose. So I'm just going to bring my heel closer to my pubic bone. In fact, I like to take my heel and place it underneath my psoas. And that feels like a burning, pulling sensation. You choose. In my yoga classes at the Yoga Connection, I bring my myofascial balls. And There are a few ladies that when they are in this pose, I come over and I take my ball and I stick it right underneath that right thigh, if this thigh is close to the floor. A lot of times this hip is up, and that's where this block would go right underneath the left butt to keep this from feeling tension. Just letting it relax more rather than feeling that pull. So when the hip is down and you place a ball under there, you're still just surrendering, but you feel the tension. You feel the burn. When you're ready, we're going to lift back up. Your left hand down. Right hand reaches back. Make sure this right hip doesn't open up. You want to keep the right hip bone facing down. And grab a hold of your right foot or ankle. Inside grip or outside grip is totally up to you. Good. You can look over your left shoulder to keep that left hip hugging back. I am very grateful it hasn't rained on me yet. So that I am grateful for. When you're ready, we're going to inhale back to a three-legged dog. Exhale, three-legged plank. Inhale, starfish. Left hand up, left foot hovers for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the left foot up, spin back around, tent right fingertips or reach right hand forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I just felt like I was getting it on that 1. Hold your plank for 5, 4. Hug the elbows in. Start to lower for 3. Look forward. Neck is long. 2. Lowering all the way to your belly on 1. Tops of the feet come down. Stretch with your arms forward. Pinkies down, thumbs up. Neck is long, so your gaze is down towards the top of your mat. Press into the feet, firm the thighs, float your right leg and left arm. And then switch. Float your left leg and right arm. And switch. Inhale, exhale. Feel your breath. Feel where the breath moves here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in as much as you can. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Both. Inhale, arms and legs. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, lower down. Just 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, lower down. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hands under the shoulders, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Bring the knees together this time. Sit all the way back. Bring your hands back by your feet. Bring your forehead to the mat. Take a cleansing breath in. Open up your mouth and say, ah. We're going to bring the hands back forward. Lift ourselves up, jump step or float it straight through to seat. And then stretch your legs all the way out in front of you. Take a deep breath in. Reach up with your arms. Exhale, reaching forward for your feet. Now, if you cannot reach your feet, grab your strap and give it a pull. And I have to sneeze. If you feel like you can reach past your feet, grab a hold of your block. Place your block on the feet and reach your fingertips at the other end. So if you're here, come here so you can wrap the fingers around. If you're here, come here, wrap the fingers around. If you're here, screw the block, hands to the feet. So find what works for you. One more breath. Slowly rise up. We're going to take our right foot in and cross it over the left leg. Left elbow hugs the right knee, or bring your left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Chin off the chest, gaze over your right shoulder, and then spin it around to the other side, taking a counter pose where your left hand is behind you, the right hand anywhere you like. I like it on my foot or ankle. Bring it back around to center and switch. Bring your left foot over to the right, and then whatever you did, hug it or elbow on the outside of the left knee. Try not to lean on this hand. Don't lean back. Don't push forward. Just nice and straight, grounded through the sit bones. And then counter the pose. And bring it back to center. Taking your block with you if you have it, slowly roll all the way down. Find Shavasana for a few breaths. Let things go. Tension from the feet and ankles, the legs, the pelvis, the belly, the back, the head, neck, and shoulders. Preparing for bridge pose. I'm going to use my block here. Place your feet down. I'm going to take my block in between my legs and squeeze it. Squeeze, activate my inner thigh muscles. So I'm using less glutes. Hands hug the body, palms down. Press down and in with your feet. Squeeze your block if you have one, and peel your spine off the mat. Chin off the chest. Breathe. Squeeze and breathe. Option to interlace your fingers underneath you. Option to reach your arms up and over your head. And final option would be a full wheel. Another 5 breaths, your choice. Try to exhale all the breath out. If you're in your full wheel pose, start to lower down very slowly. And then one more deep breath in, and on the exhale, start to lower all the way down. Remove the block. Bring your feet a little closer. Bring your right knee in and right foot extends up. Take your hands behind your right leg, anywhere above or below the knee, for a gentle hamstring stretch. If you want more, lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Extend your left leg out nice and long. Lower your head down, bringing the right leg with you. For 5, for 4, and of course you can always use your strap right at the ball of the foot, pulling the toes down to drive the right hip down. The right hip goes down and slightly forward. Now whether I feel rain, little sprinkles. Bring your right leg over to the right. Right leg to the left, I'm sorry. Now you can keep your left hand on the strap, on the foot, on the leg. It's totally up to you. Nice groin stretch, IT band stretch, hamstrings. I feel it all. Lift up the leg and then bring your right leg over to the right. You can let the right foot go to the ground as long as this left hip doesn't lift. We'll lift up that right leg, bring the left knee in, and then just cross the right knee over your left. Rest your hands, rock side to side if it feels good, and then cultivate stillness for 1 breath. We'll gently start to switch. Right foot down, left foot up, foot flexed, hands behind the back of the left leg or strap on the ball of the left foot. Anywhere above or below the knee, stay there. Lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Kick your right foot forward and down, and then lower your head, bringing the leg with you. Even if you are flexible, the strap really is useful. And then with the right hand, we'll take the left leg to the right. And sometimes I use my left thumb to keep the left hip grounded. We'll switch, left leg up, strap in the left hand, or your left hand is grabbing the foot or leg, moving the leg to the left, keeping the right hip grounded. And as we lift up the left leg, we'll bend the right knee and place the right knee behind the left. Lifting both feet up, rest the knees in, breath in here. We'll gently release both legs to the sky. Roll around your ankles. If possible, lift your hands, roll around your wrists. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Relax your hands and feet. See if you can make space between your toes. And then we'll cross right knee over left. Open up the arms wide like a T. Place the left foot down and scoot your hips to the right. taking your knees to the left for your final twisting pose. So if you have a favorite twist and this is not it, take that one. Just notice where the breath moves. Notice the lengths of the inhales and exhales. Try to even them out. Try to make your next inhale a little bigger and your next exhale a little slower. Relax your face and your jaw. Close your eyes if they're not already. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the legs back up. Center your hips. Uncross and lift the legs back up. And your arms. Roll around the ankles and your wrists. Reverse any circle. Relax for 5. Spread the toes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee over right. Arms open wide. Right foot down. Scoot your hips to the left. And bring your knees over to the right. Notice any subtle differences without putting too much focus on it. Notice what you're feeling and guide your breath there. Exhale, complete relaxation. On your next inhale, bring it back to center. Lifting your arms and legs back up. And this time lift up your head, pull your knees in, and give yourself one more final big hug. Keep your head up, stretch your legs all the way up, squeeze your legs together. Stay here, supporting your legs. You can lower them or reach forward with your hands. Orange under the chin. Hold for 5. Get a little lower if you can. 4. Keep belly in, spine down. 3. 2. If you want, squeeze a block between your feet. That helps activate the inner thighs, which helps keep the sacrum flat. A little lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take my block in, lower it down, bring the soles of my feet together and place my feet on the block. Rest my head down, rest my arms comfortably away from my body. My sacrum is flat. That is the goal. Moving in to our final pose, deep relaxation. You can stay here for the duration, or you can start to stretch your legs out to each corners of your mat, letting the feet flop open like a book. Don't adjust your back or your arms once you get there to that comfortable place. Find acceptance. for your choice. Find gratitude for your choice. Start to relax your face and your jaw. Return to normal breathing, resting your attention there. Open up your heart for the beautiful day ahead. No matter what life pushes forward, try to find the gratitude in each moment. Thank you for allowing me to share my practice with you. Infinite blessings and gratitude. Namaste.